Hey guys, iRoss here. Welcome to Botanical Garden Elite. I'm going to talk you through the boss battles in this video, so make sure you're paying attention. Now, I'm DPSing on a Paladin right now, and this is the first boss, Axe Hardwood. Now, none of the bosses in this dungeon are easy, but there's certain mechanics that pop up like this one. Just go to the back of it so it doesn't hit you or move out of its radius. Relatively straightforward. But this is one of them ones where you just have to literally just hit him as hard as possible. Now, he's going to roar and then eventually turn invincible like this. You can't hit him and you'll get an additional. Now, it depends what actually appears. This time would be the pig, which you have to destroy. Destroy the pig as fast as possible. Any additionals, obviously, are going to be annoying. Now, this thing that appears on this hunter here, he did wrong. He was meant to make this hit the additional. He should have ran to the pig so that it hit the pig within that radius, but he didn't, he stayed away. So if you do get that circle, run towards the additional mob and make it hit that instead of you. There's a couple of instances, I think, where I've actually died because I didn't make it hit the additional mob. And again, this, just move out the way. Relatively straightforward to avoid that, especially if you're DPS, you can just stand behind, but even the tank, all you need to do is move around to the other side of the boss so that you don't get hit by it. The tank's not really avoiding much right now, is he? So, again, the shield pops up, makes the boss invincible. Cannibal Flower. Now, this again, like I say, you're going to get the stick, you just have to hit it, and the stick will appear on a random teammate. Like that. I got it. I didn't understand at the time, that's why I ran away. Because on normal, I'm pretty sure you have to run away. But yeah, I got absolutely attacked by that. Next time, I had to get it again. You have to stand on the mob so it hits the mob. Because now you can see it's hit me. I've become aggressive to my entire team. And they're going to have to gun us down to sort of take this effect off. So if I'd let it hit the Cannibal Flower instead, which I do the next time, it doesn't make you aggressive towards your teammates. Obviously, I'm going to have to be healed now after I've got out of that, so it's a bit ridiculous. So, like I say, it's straightforward mechanics to this one. You've got that, you need to dodge. Other than that, it's just tank and spank. And obviously, when he roars, he then shields himself, and an additional comes up, which is either a pig or a plant. Pretty much it. So yeah, there he goes again. And we've got a giant mushroom this time. Go ahead and just kill this thing. And you can see I've got it this time, but I'm going to stay in the radius so that the stick hits the mob, not me. There we go. Nearly killed the mob, and I didn't become hostile towards my teammates. So just remember that one. If you get the debuff, the little circle comes around, you just run to the actual mob itself, and it's easy peasy after that point. And then it's just repeating this over and over until the boss is dead. Relatively straightforward. So I hope you find it easy. He does roar quite a lot, depending on how high the DPS is, depending on how fast you can nuke him down. But that's that boss done. Right, let's move on to the next boss, guys. Hope you've figured that one out. There's a nice new ring for me. Now, guys, before we get into boss number 2, please do like the video down below. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any updated guides for new dungeons, raids, and what have you. Anyway, let's get into boss number 2. Right, guys, here we go, boss number 2. We're just wiped. Unfortunately, that's why you see all our bodies there, but this time we'll actually do it. Now, there's a couple of mechanics for this boss. You don't actually fight the boss himself. You fight things he summons from his cauldron of experiments. And there's a couple of different ones with different mechanics. These little things, you just kill. Just kill them. Kill them as fast as possible. Kill the slime first, the highlighted mob. Obviously, relatively easy. It's the later mobs that become a little bit more difficult. Now, throughout this fight, guys, he spawns a spider which one-shots you. Now, the hunter in this party, I think it was the hunter or the bard, one of the two, didn't really grasp this whatsoever, that he had to keep moving out the way. He died in the first one where we wiped, and I think he dies again now with the spider that appears. If it's targeting you, there it is now. If it's targeting you, run away. Now, I didn't run away here because it spawned next to us. I didn't get the chance to. But if you do get the red line towards you like that, just run away. Thankfully, I got resurrected. And it didn't go too badly there. But yeah, it appeared right on us. And I couldn't really do anything about it. So, yeah. But when the spider appears, nuke it down as fast as possible. Guy with a red line, run away from it. That's the most important part of it. Now, number 28 is just a hit one. Avoid these attacks. Relatively straightforward as well. The poltergeists that keep appearing are quite annoying. Anything that appears that's highlighted, like this thorny humanoid, make sure you do destroy it as fast as possible. If you're a tank, obviously just hold the aggro, heal as heal. DPS mainly is what you need to do here. But that's number 28 gone. He does do a charge at you. You can see you need to run away from it. He just decided not to run away from it. I know I did, but I didn't get a choice. He had plenty ample opportunity to move out the way there and he didn't. So yeah, anyway, we've got 2 more here. Now, I usually kill subject 55 first, just because he does quite a bit of AoE, which does do a lot of damage. And as you can see, I'm bleeding now because of his attack, which does a lot of damage as well. Could have done with the extra DPS here. You can get routed by PS and need interrupted, but I haven't got interrupt on me DPS spec, just on me tank one, so I couldn't do that. Once you kill this guy, the other one's relatively straightforward to kill. So that's him dead. Now kill this one. Just nuke him down. He does charge at someone specific. It'll have a little aura on who he charges at, like it just did on me there. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't really got much time to react to it unless you're ranged. If you're melee like me, you can't really move out the way in time, which is unfortunate. That's him dead, and that's the boss encounter done. The boss himself just gives you a reward, then runs away. Doesn't want to fight you. Anyway, guys, we're going to move on to number 3 now, the last boss of the dungeon. Arguably one of the hardest ones, I would say. Let's go. Right, guys, last boss is the Dread Colossus Type 2. I think that's what his name is. Last experiment of this battle. He has the most infuriating mechanics of this dungeon, in my opinion. Especially if you're the tank or the DPS, the healer. You know, you can just heal and run around and stuff like that. But this guy does a little rapid shot that targets ranged people. The healer didn't manage to move out the way, but thankfully he didn't die. But you've got to... He spawns a bomb that you've got to nuke down. You can see it appearing in the middle there. You can't target straight away. But you'll get... like, sort of this happen. So, avoid the red circles. Obviously, and nuke down the bomb in the centre. You can go for the ones on the outside, but as long as you stay in the middle, they don't hit you because they're obviously the red aura. The tank, I don't know how he managed to get hit by that. I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, you just have to sort of do that. And then he'll transform and get more body parts and do more damage to the tank, and etc. But that's just that. But it's relatively the same thing over and over. He'll do the ranged attack, which does the rapid speed shot. You just avoid that. And then eventually he'll do the same thing again where he spawns bombs. You can't interrupt it, unfortunately. You still have to avoid them. But it's easier for me, for everybody, if everybody targets the middle one, because that's the easiest one to avoid the damage from. So as long as you kill the middle one, that stops the biggest radius of bomb. And then you just stay in the middle for the other ones exploding and all the damage misses you. That little thing you've just seen on the floor that I nearly died to is a spike that appears on a random player. Purple spike. Obviously move out the way of it. I think 3 or 4 spawn and they follow you. So just make sure you move out the way of it when it spawns on you and it doesn't kill you. You just spawn the sort of AoE spikes. You can easily avoid them, as you've seen me doing right now. Stand at the side a bit and it doesn't hit you. I'd imagine if you're ranged, like a ranger or a mage or something, it's not really going to affect you. But if you're melee like me, you have to just make sure you avoid them. That's actually quite hard to avoid if you don't react straight away, the ranged attack. Spikes on the floor do a lot of damage. That's why I'm making sure to stay out of them. As well as the spike that appears underneath the random player. Make sure you do avoid that. Don't run into your teammates with it either, that's even worse. But all goes to plan, nobody dies. It is relatively easy to kill the boss. Make sure you kill the bombs. And nuke down the boss. Relatively straightforward, easy as pie. Botanical Garden Elite completed. So guys, if you found this guide useful, helpful, please leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on. I'll try to do as many newer dungeons as possible. The early ones I haven't really bothered with because they're relatively easy. But the newer ones, the raids and stuff, are getting pretty hard now. So I feel like guides will be helpful for everyone. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. See you then.